Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you how to quickly deploy a static website on an AWS EC2 instance using the Apache Web Server. So this is a very beginner friendly tutorial and it will take just a few minutes. By the end of this tutorial you will have a running website hosted on an EC2 instance. Let's get started. So first, you want to ensure you are in your AWS management console. So we are logged in. Next, you're going to navigate to the EC2 dashboard. So on your search bar, search for EC2. Here we go, we select. Then quickly would launch an EC2 instance. Then we'll give this a name, my web server. So you can select any AMI of choice. We could use Ubuntu image. Then T2 micro is fine. Then we have to create a new keep here. So we'll give this a name. I can call this web key. Good. So immediately I got the keep here downloaded. So that's good. So we'll go on to majorly take the defaults. We'll ensure that the security group has port 22 open so we can connect to this VM via SSH. So it says you allow SSH traffic from anywhere, which is fine. Okay, so we also need to allow HTTP traffic from the internet because we intend to deploy a web app and we want to see it running on the browser. So we'll allow HTTP traffic. So you allow HTTPS if you have SSL certificate that you can install to have a secured version of HTTP. But we're good with these two, SSH and HTTP. So we'll go on to, correct, we're good. So let's just go on to launch this instance. Okay, great. Now this is all done. So once we're here, we'll just go on to click connect to connect to this instance. So while we're here, we are on SSH client and we can just connect to this example right here. This example has the SSH command, right, with the keep your name, the username, and the IP address or this public access address, which would help us connect to this instance. So the next thing I'll do would be to open up my terminal. In this case, I'm using VS Code, so I'll open it up on a new window. I would ensure I'm in a path that I want to do this project. I will ensure I'm in my working directory. Okay, now I'm in the working directory of choice. I ensure that the keep here file that was downloaded earlier is in the same folder that I'm working on right now in this my path. So I can now go on to run the command we copied, right? And this would connect us to this instance. Press yes. So while we're in here, we can decide to update the system packages by running sudo apt updates -y so that it updates without asking us for confirmation. So once we're done with this update, we can just go on to install Apache. Right, so good. We'll go on to install Apache with the command sudo apt install Apache 2. This command will help us install Apache. Do we want to continue? Yes. Okay, so now that we have it installed, it should be running automatically, or we can just go on to run sudo systemctl command to start the Apache service. After running this, we can then run another command to enable it. So just change this to enable. You see, it's all done. So if you want to check the status as well to verify if Apache is running, you can run the sudo system command to check your status like this. So you see, Apache has started and it's running. So if you go to the if we go back to the instance, open up the IP address, right, the public IPv4 address. I'll copy it and paste it here on the browser. So you ensure it's running on HTTP, right, not HTTPS. So see, running it, see now we have our Apache 2 web server deployed. That's to tell you that you successfully installed Apache on this EC2 instance, which is a great one. So now next, going to deploying the static website. I have a web code file on my GitHub repo, so I can just clone my GitHub repo to this directory where I have this page rendering from, right? So I'll just go there and clone my GitHub repo there. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so now I'm going to clone my repository to the part where Apache is rendering files from, which is this location. So currently, if I do ls in this location, we currently have the index.html. So on this part, I can go on to clone my application. Oh, there's an error. So let me just go and run that command again. Okay, great. So now you see we have it cloned. So we're good to go. I can do ls again to see the content. Now I have this baby care website. If I go back to the browser, it won't be rendering it just yet because it still sees only this index.html. So what I want to do now is to do a cd to this baby care website and copy all the content I have here to be directly in this HTML part, right? So that I don't have the baby care website in a folder. So this is a way of just trying to, so I'll use the sudo move command to copy all the content I have in baby care website. Let me do ls, so you see I have some code file content in it. So I'll go on to run sudo move all in this directory to this /var/ww/html directory. So I'll just go on to run this command. I see it's all done. If I go on to run ls again, you see we don't have anything here, and I will go back a step. Now we're in the part, right? If I do ls, we should see the new code files we have now, and you see we're all good. So by the time we go to our website and do a refresh, see our baby care daycare website is running. You see, this is just amazing how you've been able to run and deploy your website in few minutes. So here you can deploy any website of your choice and have it running in no time. If you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cloud and DevOps tutorials. Cheers. Bye-bye.